Welcome back. It's part 2 of our Blood Omen 2 playthrough, and I'm the Last Starfighter.
And I'm the Darkfox.
Sup, guys?
And now we're going through Slum City.
Yeah.
Killing bitches and going through Puzzle Central.
Well, yeah, except for the thing about this bit is it's less sort of killing bitches and more kind of just learning how to play the game. And
yeah.
Well, the thing about these tutorial sections, right, and this is something that the games do better now, but at the time, especially around the time that Blood Omen was new, games had a really annoying habit of making you go through a mandatory tutorial level.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
exactly.
And it's don't get me wrong, it's good to have a tutorial level that teaches you how to play the game, but it's annoying when they force you to play through it every time you want to replay the game.
Yeah.
Because if you've played it before, you know how to plplay the game.
Yeah.
Well,
and you can't skip it or anything.
Yeah, and you can't skip it. And you might want to, you might want to refresh your memory, or you might want to whatever. But it's better if it's optional. And I did quite appreciate Gears of War 2 in that it actually did have. It made that tutorial optional. And then there's also Jet Set Radio. Do you remember that? Did you play Jet Set Radio?
No, I haven't played Jet Set Radio.
It's an absolutely fantastic Dreamcast game. If you like, me and Darkfox are big Sega fanboys. So if you like the Dreamcast, you've absolutely got to play Jet Set Radio. It's amazing.
Okay, I'll get round to it.
Yeah.
Now, we just witnessed Kane sucking a blood from the neck of that person.
Yeah.
Killing people and sucking a blood out of them is pretty mandatory here.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a vampire game.
Oh yeah.
Now,
it constitutes as your health,
yes.
but it also builds your lore meter, which essentially, when your lore meter reaches the top, it increases your health. Yeah, he's just explaining this now. I would prefer if it was more like the lore was your XP and you actually getting like new abilities. Well, you do get new abilities in this game, but maybe they do have a better system. But maybe your like base attributes could be like, well, that's Dungeons and Dragons talk there. No, like that. Maybe your you could become stronger as well, as like your attacks would become stronger as you did it, or like just. Because all it does is make your health longer, which is fine, but,
Now, when I played some Blood Omen 2, starting its beginning bit, tutorial size, I actually kind of liked the gameplay motto, personally, myself. I mean, I didn't rush into things. Let me speak, let me finish. I need to speak as well, God damn it, Mike.
Yeah, go ahead.
I did it slowly in my own time. I got the gist of the environment, the atmosphere. And yes, the fighting is blocky. I will give you that. And stealth is also not too good. But
stealth's the best bit, if you ask me.
Yeah, stealth's the best bit, but a bit blocky. But I find that all the patience in the world, doing it slowly, doing it like a slow predator, like an adder, a snake, waiting for your prey, it goes quite well for this game, and those with patience who play it can actually get the most out of it. Those who just rush into things and actually get everything wrong.
I wouldn't mind that, but if there were more opportunities to be stealthy, because I mean, you can, for example, you can press A when you're jumping to float, and you'd think like maybe that's to stop like damage when you hit the ground. But actually, it's literally just to keep characters from hearing you hit the ground.
Yeah, of course.
So you could do, but the thing is that you hardly ever need to use it.
Yeah. Can I just say, water in the Legacy of Kain series kills vampires.
Yes. Well, it's not just
running water, normal water as well.
Yeah. Well,
it burns through vampires.
I was going to say, some people who play this game might find it a bit strange, a bit weird that the vampires get, like badass vampires get hurt by a bit of water. But it's actually, that is based on old vampire legends where they couldn't cross the running water.
Not running water.
Yeah.
But here, any old water, ocean, puddle, pool, if it's deep water, then yes, it is deadly.
Basically, right, all the Sarafan have to do to win this war is wait for it to rain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, essentially, they just have to plan a battle for when the weather forecast says cloudy with
hurricanes and that's floods, warnings and everything. Just in case you want to know who the Sarafan are the lords and the beings, the people who rule the human place, and has exterminated the vampires.
Yeah, we already mentioned that, though, didn't we? But
I'm talking Sarafang in greater detail.
Oh, yes,
no one knows where he came from. They're just an army of really arrogant people who have come here and kicked the shit out of people, treating them like shit, the normal people, and as I said, nearly exterminating vampires.
Yeah.
And as you move on through the game, you will meet them, and they will become bigger, stronger as time goes on.
Oh yeah.
And they become more dangerous.
Yeah.
Here, these normal people are just, your food stuff.
The civilians don't actually...
They're practice.
They don't... Well, yeah, they don't pose any threat to you.
A light tunnel. I remember that.
Yeah, the glyphs. The glyph gate thing.
Light is, of course, obviously another way to destroy the vampires here. But the Sarafang here has used the glyphs...
Hang on. Where does the light hurt you in the game?
Not in a game, but in a Legacy of Kain series. Light, sunlight, is another vampire killer.
Yeah,
here, they use the glyph to make the light to turn against vampires and to block all vampires from going through certain corridors and gates.
Nosgoth is a bit of a funny place. It always seems to be night there, never day.
Yeah.
At least in this game, anyway. Yeah. What was I saying about? Oh yeah, the civilians. Basically, they don't pose you any threat. They're literally just there for you to have health, so you can just kill them. Yeah. Right, now we're going to see a bit of domestic violence.
Yay! I like domestic violence. I also like woman here as well, doing a domestic violence, but we're not going to get that, so we'll just have to see this bitch talk her way through. What are we doing now? What tutorial are we on now?
It's the fighting one.
The fighting one.
Yeah, you'll remember in a sec.
Yeah. It's been a long while since I played this game.
Yeah, hang on, okay. Just get these headphones a bit straight.
And we can proceed to the
Carry on. Don't mind me.
How long are we in this second?
About halfway through.
Okay, cool.
Get the thing up.
Oh yeah, the practice tutorial, I remember this. I used to fail so much, it took me a long time before I,
As long as you don't fuck around, this bit's easy.
Yeah.
Although I fuck around all the time in this game.
Yeah,
it's too tedious for me. It'd be really easy if you had patience, but I just don't have patience for tedious bits.
No, if you had patience, that's all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, combo cats.
I do quite like the world of Nosgoth, especially in
the world of Nosgoth is a wonderful place to be in. Well, not wonderful, but it's interesting.
I think
it's got full of life as well as story, history behind it.
Yeah, well, the story's quite cool.
The story of the Legacy of Kain series is always a strong point of the entire series. They got the story right on here and there.
Oh, I do think that it's quite cool.
The characterization of the characters is also a good point with the story.
Well, I mean,
that's what I think. Shit! Look, Kain! He's hitting that bitch something fierce! Quick!
Yeah.
Mike! Call the police!
Well, she is a vampire. But basically...
call the wife bees her helpline!
That sounded a bit racist then, didn't it? All these vampires moving into our neighbourhood.
Oh my god, yeah!
Dropping down the property values.
Hit her on, woman!
Yeah, basically, what was I saying?
Sorry.
Yeah, no, the world, basically, essentially, it's a bit steampunk, this game. I do think they could have done more with the environments visually. I think that the game is very samey, but there's good stuff there. It's just, I mean, this game has potential, but it's not, it does need work. It could have needed used more work, but it's a shame really because Kane's a bit of a badass.
He is a badass, and he doesn't give a shit. Yeah. Doesn't give a shit about anything.
Well, I do quite like that his character is sort of in a lot of games. They kind of make the characters usually even though
vampire characters.
No, just in general in video games, the characters usually quite sympathetic. Like even if they're in like a game like Grand Theft Auto where you are playing a bad guy, you'll still be playing a character who's kind of like, sometimes video game characters can be a bit of a Marty Sue or a Mary Sue.
That's not true. Kratos from Gods of War is a badass.
No, well, yeah, that's true. I'm not saying that video game characters aren't badasses. I'm saying that writers can sometimes write them without any flaws in their personality, and that's not very realistic because people have flaws. Yeah. But Kratos is different though, because Kratos is. I haven't played the God of War series, but I want to. But
Kratos is even more of a dick than Cain.
Yeah, he's a bit arrogant.
Yeah.
Actually, that'd be something. You know what I reckon they should do? I reckon Death Battle should do Cain versus Simon Belmont.
Yeah.
From the Castlevania series.
Yeah.
Have you seen Death Battle?
Yeah. No, not Death Battle.
It's a series where they get like different characters from like comic books and games and stuff like that, and they put them in fights to the death, and they weigh up all their their abilities and character traits, and they decide who should win, and they actually show you like a little animation of the fight and stuff.
Just to clarify now, we just saw Cain kill one of the smaller enemies here of the game.
Yeah, was that one of the thieves?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
The first enemy of the game, I believe.
Yeah, there's lots of... Other than the Sarafan, basically, there are these sort of criminals that carry on these like, mace things.
And they don't really take that much to kill, really.
Yeah. They're like, other than the actual civilians, they're the easiest thing to kill in the game.
Vampires also possess dark gifts.
Oh yeah, you're about to see my super stealth skill here.
The mist skill.
Our curse develops differently in each of us.
Basically, if you see a patch of mist anywhere, you can use the mist skill to become a mist and sneak up to your enemies by killing us.
This is actually based on vampire lore, where actually vampires could become mist.
Yeah.
I think
there's been a lot of films developing how vampires become mist. I like it that Legacy of Kain series, including Blood Omen 2, develops on the vampire game mechanics and that. The vampire game mechanics, if you see a spot of mist, you can use it to advantage.
Yeah.
If you see water, you may avoid it, or you can make puncture your enemies in the water. And stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I do love throwing people off the edges in this game. Mainly because it means that I don't have to go to the trouble of fighting them.
Well, exactly. But the mechanics in this game, I kind of enjoyed while playing it, because if you see mist, again, they placed it conveniently just for yourself.
Because basically, in this game, enemies aren't really like. If you oh shit. See us again in part 2. 3.